Chris Hampton was a star athlete, a wrestler, and a freshman at Cesar High School, part of the varsity football team. But his bright future was cut short when he drowned at Show Low Lake back in July while at a football camp. In August, Chris's family filed a $50 million notice of claim against the Phoenix Union High School District and multiple other agencies, claiming that they are responsible for the 15-year-old's death. Criminal defense attorney Hector Diaz joins us once again. Explain the difference between a lawsuit and a notice of claim.
So if you're going to file, if your intention is to file a claim or a lawsuit against a government body, a school, something that has some kind of government connection,
right,
you've got to put them on notice as to the lawsuit. You got to tell them, we have this claim, here are the facts underlying the claim, and this is how we would settle it. And really what happened here in this case is that his attorneys, knowing the law, understanding that if we're going to sue, ultimately we got to file the notice of claim first.
Okay. So it's kind of like a heads up in a way that we're about to do this.
And it's actually Arizona law. Arizona law requires that the city, in this case, or the school, be given notice of the claim and an opportunity to settle. In this case, they're willing to settle it for $50 million.
Okay, and it's not just the school, it's a school district, it's a city of Show Low, it's Arizona Game and Fish even. So could these entities, these groups, could they face criminal charges?
So that's a different question, right? I think here, based on reading the notice of claim and reading some of the facts, the attorneys are making the allegation that there's a standard of care that was owed to this young man, this high school student,
right,
and that standard of care was absolutely not met, and that you had school officials that failed this young man in terms of letting them go into a lake that the city of Show Low, certain agencies were aware, Game and Fish were aware, that it was not suitable for swimming.
Right.
And so there's some other facts in there that ultimately I think if this doesn't get settled, I do expect that a lawsuit's likely to be filed, and they're going to bring in the various entities.
Okay, so if there is no settlement via the notice of claim, then that's it.
Well, then it's up to the attorneys. Then in that case, they have a statute of limitations, how long they have to bring a lawsuit.
Right.
I'm sure they'll talk to the family that they represent. They'll make the decision whether to file the lawsuit. But having read the notice of claim, and the facts, and there's some issues here, I think that would be played out in a lawsuit.
Yeah, $50 million. All right, Hector, thank you so much.